Hey guys, TrueGreen7 here, and as the title suggests, there was an outpour of love for my Generation 2 Pokemon names video, so I just had to make a video explaining some of the interesting and relatively obscure name origins of the Generation 3 Pokemon. I hope you'll find these names are pretty clever just like I did, so since I'm in a good mood, let's start with the perpetually cheerful Ludicolo. Ludicolo may be a combination of the word ludic, meaning aimless playfulness, or ludicrous, which means laughable or absurd, and the colocanth plant, which bears fruit that resembles Ludicolo's shape and the fruit on its hat. Colo may also be an anagram of loco, the Spanish word for crazy. All aspects of its name pretty much indicate that this Pokemon is always happy and looks ridiculous. You can't help but chuckle when in the presence of a marvelous Ludicolo. Gardevoir, known as Sir Knight in Japan, also has a marvelous presence. Gardevoir may be a combination of garde, French for guard, and devoir, French for duty. Duty. It may also be a combination of garder, the French word for to keep, and voir, which means to see in French. This perfectly reflects its Pokédex entries, which explain how Gardevoir will protect its trainer even at the cost of its own life, and that Gardevoir has the ability to see into the future and predict disasters. Just like Absol, whose name may be a combination of the prefix ab, which means away from, and sol, which is Latin for sun, referring to its dark typing being away from the sun. This may also be a reference to a solar eclipse, as many cultures considered a solar eclipse as the sign of a disaster or the apocalypse. It may also be derived from absolve, meaning to free someone from punishment or blame and declare innocence after supposed wrongdoing, in reference to Absol being misunderstood and undeserving of its reputation as the disaster Pokemon, since it only tries to warn people of impending doom. Ironic how the Hebrew name of Shalom, pronounced Absalom in English, means father of peace. Milotic looks peaceful though. Its name may be a combination of Milo, as in the sculpture Venus de Milo, representing the goddess of beauty, and, like Milotic, possess no arms. The second part of its name may come from Lotic, the word that describes any organism that lives in actively moving water, just like Milotic. It may also involve the word mitotic, the healing process of a body part through the splitting of cells, otherwise known as mitosis, as Milotic does have a wide range of healing and defensive moves. Another water-dwelling Pokemon is Anorith. I mean, it used to live in the sea, until it, went extinct and all. Well, its name may be a combination of Anomalocaris, the animal which Anorith is based on, Anarthrosite, and Lith, a suffix that denotes a type of stone. Wow, we're on a roll with these undersea Pokemon, cause Gorebyss is next. The name may be a combination of gore, to stab, and abyss, since it does stick its beak into its prey to suck their body fluids. It may also be a play on the word gorgeous too, cause sucking body fluids is pretty beautiful in my opinion. Kecleon and Kekrion may be a combination of kakshimas, the Japanese word for hide, and chameleon. Bayonet is a combination of the word bane, a cause of great distress, and marionette puppets. Why Not is a play on the phrase why not, but its Japanese name Sonano is more interesting. In Japanese, Sonano means really, or is that so? Since Wobbuffet's Japanese name sounds like Sonansu, which roughly means that's the way it is, together Wobbuffet and Why Not's names make for a potential perpetual conversation of really, followed by that's the way it is, and so on. Another shared family bond comes from Latios and Latios, whose names may derive from lateo, Latin for I am hidden or I am concealed. Os and os at the end of both names indicate which one is female and which one is male. And of course, the rest of Hoenn's legendaries have amazing names as well. Kyogre and the Japanese Kyogre may be a combination of Kyo, ocean in Japanese, and Orca, a species of dolphin known as the killer whale. Ogre is also a name for a big monster. It may also derive from a tidal phenomenon known as eager. Kyogre's superior, Rayquaza, most likely refers to Rakia, the Hebrew word for firmament, which is anything that has to do with the sky as a physical object. It also may be a combination of ray and quasar, and I'm not going to even try to explain what a quasar is. Alternatively, it may be a combination of Japanese words that combine to roughly translate to one that sits in the ferocious heavens. Now that's some glorious imagery. Another heavenly being would be Jirachi, whose name may derive from Gelat, Russian for to wish. It may also involve Sachi, a Japanese name meaning blissful or fortunate. Jireh, the Anglicanized version of Yireh, which means will see in Hebrew, may be involved as a reference to its third eye. And finally, Deoxys is an abbreviation of deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA, the medium of genetic code in cellular organisms. And those were some of the most interesting names from Generation 3. If you enjoyed, please leave a like so I know to make a video for Generation 4. Of course, subscribe to see more content, and I'll see you guys pretty soon. In the meantime, you can click on the top right for a playlist of more Pokemon Origins video, and on the bottom to see my collaboration with Almighty Mandals. See you later!